אני לא שומע טוב נראה לי.
אתה שומע אותי? רגע, שומע?
Now I can hear you, yeah.
כן?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
I was expecting more, I don't know what, the character.
No, I am off character.
Okay.
Because I want to, it's like the methodology of how we want to work. So we want to have Thursdays, the meeting with you. And after the meeting with you, we want to do a brainstorm. And Fridays, we want to shoot. And Thursdays that will come, we want to screen the first chapter. So that Fabio will have time to edit and everything.
Wow, you have a plan. You're the woman with plan.
Yeah, we have a plan.
Hey,
hi, Aaron.
Nice to meet you.
I'm trying to
You're not on screen. Come on screen.
not to be because we are it's a meter and a half. And
Yeah, of course. Where is the meter? I can't see it.
it was here. This is exactly meter and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take your word for it.
Huh?
I take your word for it.
Yes.
Can we make this louder? Or is yours
Can we make
louder?
Louder? No.
Yeah, because I can't hear him.
Let's see. No, this is the loudest that we have. Oh, where are you? Are you here?
Here, I can hear you and see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I think. Ha. And we are recording now. This is recording.
This is recording, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Good.
And yeah, sorry, I didn't tell you. Yeah, I'm recording, and then right after the session, I'm sending it to one of the framed employees, and she uploads it to the website under your page.
Mm-hmm.
without any cutting? Is it
Without any
straight?
cutting, no, we don't have budget for cutting right now. I think later on, Yael is planning to edit everything, and but now it's just rough material, raw. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can you give me my bag, please?
What do I see in the background?
So the background is the background of where the whole thing is going to happen. This is the set design.
Okay.
And we have to have a sitcom from the 80s or 90s, like a sitcom which is actually it's a delusion of a sitcom. It's structured as a sitcom, and it has 4 chapters, and every chapter has a title. But it's more, of course, because we come from the performative discipline, so it's kind of a performative take of what we perceive as a sitcom.
Okay.
So this is what we want to. This
contemporary.
We had a name for it.
Performance take on Golden Girls.
Exactly.
Okay.
Kind of.
And is there a narrative or a story, or it's just improvised, or do you write something before? How does
No, there is a structure.
Okay.
That goes through the 4 episodes. It's the same on all of them, structure-wise. And then each episode has 2 separate parts.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That those parts are more abstract. But still there is a narrative that it's what Ariel will be working on mostly.
Okay.
Yeah. So where I am at the moment, I want to tell you a little bit more about Anali Goldberg and what she is and where she is, so that you will understand the world more.
What was the name we gave to?
Just a second. I'm looking for a pen because I want to write down stuff that we are having from the conversation. Anyway, so Anali Goldberg was born in a village in the southeast of the European continent, in a village called Ariel Heights. And this village is very special because all the people that live there are Ariels.
What does it mean?
It means that they are a kind of a folk, but they are also have a religion, the Ariel religion.
Okay.
It's kind of, and it's difficult to explain because it's also a religion and it's also a folk. So it's kind of, and they are all, it's an incest. So there is a lot, it's in, how do you say it? It's from insects. This is how their population grew. Inbreeding. And in 1764, for a special occasion, they brought a sea cow from the North Sea. As a present, there is a lake next to the village. And this sea cow had sex with a lot of the people from the village. And it's the only time in the world that it succeeded, that it was stable, that a creature, which was from a human being and a manatee, merged and was alive and sustained also other generations. So Anali Goldberg is actually coming from, descended from, exactly, from this manatee and humans. So this is why she's also
half human being.
Yes, she's not half, but she has like one ancestor, one ancestor that she is like the, she's this
sea cow.
The sea cow. And
she's the only living descendant of...
she's the only living descendant of the village.
Manatees and humans.
The only living, because all the village was destroyed in a flots gadol that was from the lake that came, a fart that destroyed the whole lake in one time. It's a geographic thing that calls limnic eruption. And it killed the whole village, and she saw it. She was on the top of the mountain because she had an affair with a flamingo. She's talking to animals. Ah, yes. Therefore, she has a lot of guilt feeling because they all died in gas. All of the village people that died from the gas, that was the carbon dioxide that was inside. This is Ariel Heights.
Okay, just a second, hold it. Ariel Heights, okay.
This was created for me by Adar Aviam, that I worked with him on that. And you see, in the middle of the village, there is Stella, the sea cow.
Uh-huh. Ah, it's a statue.
It's a statue of her because she died.
It's an homage to Anali's ancestor.
Exactly, an homage. And this is the airport, which is next to the village, the Ariel port.
Uh-huh. Anal port, okay.
And the borscht factory, which is a very important thing also in the village.
Oh, not
and the lake. And this is the lake.
Okay.
And the flamingos.
Okay.
So
this is where Anali is from. So this is where Anali is from.
This is where Anali is from. And then she had to run away because she couldn't stand the fact to live in this area where this whole catastrophe happened. So she moved to a big city. And in this big city, she started to meet people that she made them her chosen family. And this is, and she all the time, she has this thing that she has like the village in the back. So the catastrophe is all the time, that there is there. So this catastrophe, and now this catastrophe. So, catastrophe, we need to continue. Huh?
You
Yes,
mean the current catastrophe.
yes.
Okay.
So now this catastrophe. So now we need to continue. Anyway, we need to proceed.
So
Okay.
Annalie is pretty much a representation of most queer people who move to a big city.
Yes.
If we want to narrow it down to a very simple
What?
version.
I couldn't hear you. Come again.
It's representation of most queer people who move from the countryside into a big city. Because they all come from a quite catastrophic background and trying to create a new family in the big city with chosen people, blah, blah, blah. So in a very narrowed down version, that's what Annalie represents, I guess.
Yep. Exactly. Yes. And this is where we are, and this is where we have the aesthetic.
I'm the chosen one.
Yes. We have the aesthetic connection, and we have the we have because we are flatmates, so this is like the.
You live together.
Yes.
Okay. And
and this is her garden.
This is her garden now, where she lives.
This is the garden outside of her house where she lives. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And where does she live? In a big city somewhere.
Yes, this is the place. This is the thing. In her Gesetzmäßigkeit, in her laws, in her laws, it's about a place, but never actually. I'm not saying Israel. I'm not saying China. I'm not saying. There is always the village and the city.
Okay.
So there is no.
It's not a specific.
No.
Realistic. Yeah.
I want to go to. I want to say. I'm saying stuff which are sharp, but I rather do it like in this fantasy world.
Yes. And where did the current catastrophe find her? I mean, where was she? What was she supposed to do? What was her plans?
Okay, so she was in the middle of a round of performances that she started, actually a world tour of performances. She decided to do the step because she has many professions. She was working in the car park as a shomeret b'chanion. This was the first job that she got. Yes, in the car park as a guard. She was in the
person at the
So she was like reading books and like. This is
checking the bagage and if there is something.
Yes, open the bagage. Yes, this. And this was a first thing. Then
I have to show you something. Sorry, I have to show you something.
Please.
A huge drawing hanging in our living room. Sorry.
Oh my God. Oh, it's a
So yeah, a friend of mine, draw it. It's huge. It's really
a
big.
draw? It's a draw?
It's a draw with a pencil.
It's not a picture?
No, it's a drawing.
Wow.
A huge drawing. It's like 2.5 meters on 1 meter or something.
Who is it?
A friend of mine, a really good artist, Roy Alter. He used to live here and now he's in Israel. Anyway, I had to show you. Okay, continue.
And so this was her first profession. Then she started to be psychoanalyst.
Yeah.
Because she got therapy 8 times a week. She had to think about herself, and then she's also a poet. But from poetry, you cannot earn so much. So she started to perform after she turned her beloved man that was with her. She turned him into an aubergine because he wanted to kill her. So they go on a road show, which was cut now because of the corona. Can you believe it? It's not happening.
And how does she feel about what's going on and the fact that everything is just stopped for her and the rest of the world?
I think that she is very angry about it because
that's what she's going to be discussing in these 4 episodes, no?
Yes, also.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's going to talk about like the how it influences like her situation.
Yeah, how it influences her situation. That not only in that, but she's like doing a cheshbon nefesh. She's doing like how do you say, like going inside and doing cheshbon nefesh.
Introspection.
Yes, some kind of examination.
Yeah,
yes,
of herself.
Yeah.
Introspection.
Yeah. So she's doing an introspection, and I think first of all it's about the choice of who she could have been with. She could have been with someone else. So I think this, and now she has this aubergine. So I think she has like a repentance. She's repentant.
Yeah.
Repentant about who she chose to be with, and
romantically,
what it could have been. She could have, huh?
You mean romantically?
Yes, romantically. Who could she be? If she would have stayed, for example, in the next village, she could maybe be a leader, because the next village is maybe if she would have gone for the next village, the leader of the next village is a woman. She's a shaman, and maybe she could have been with her son or daughter or eggplant. I don't know, with someone from this family. I
guess the romantic connection is like the obvious interpretation of it, but it's more, as you were saying, about introspection and what Annalie can represent as a character and
yes, what can she represent
as a being? Yeah. And I think that's what we can explore in these 4 episodes, because we discussed that Annalie is mostly thinking about things and introspecting and interpreting what the coronavirus and self-distancing, social distancing is doing to her, etc. And my character appears kind of as a voice of consciousness from a certain distance, from a social distance, kind of bringing Annalie back to her senses and triggering our mind to thinking about what she's thinking, like interpreting what she's thinking. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
reflecting on her thoughts and
yeah.
Like that.
So I'll be the one like kind of putting the finger on the wound, like, hey, Annalie, think about that twice.
We sent you the structure of the show, and we wanted to talk with you about the structure of the show, that you will see the structure, but then I wanted to consult with you about the first episode, because we have an idea, but I don't know how we can, like, I don't know if it's just, if we can deepen it, what you think. So,
okay.
You want to say the structure or show?
I can.
Yes? Okay.
So every episode we're going to stick with a structure that goes throughout the 4, that we have an introduction. So kind of like a TV series introduction with the credits, very slow with music. The music is both of our voices singing in a kind of traditional-ish Portuguese folk that at the same time is very Hebrew music.
Yes, it's like klezmer, Hasidic, something like that.
It goes for about 1 minute, and then I'm going to cut this into an outside shot of a building. So like most sitcoms that happen at home, there is always the outside of a building.
Krovim, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly, it's what you mentioned.
Yes.
But if you think about Golden Girls, about Friends, about all these
Married with Children also.
Yeah. To see the building where they live, like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're still deciding on the building, but this is going to be a very short shot that is going to connect always the beginning of each episode. And then there is the content moment where Annalie is discussing and where the action actually happens. Then there is a commercial break that will be an abstract commercial break. It's not an actual commercial that we will be doing with virus-related shots. Should we say what?
Yeah, sure.
Our idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like the first one that we want to do is a close-up of Annalie washing her hands for 20 seconds approximately, which is the amount of time that we should be washing our hands. So it's the introduction video, then the shot of the building, the content moment with Annalie analyzing her thoughts, introspecting on what the virus is doing to her. Then this cuts into the commercial and wash, which then goes again into the building to kind of create a circle, a visual circle. This is
that's the structure. Every time you go back to the content, you go first to see the building from outside, and then you come inside.
So each episode will have 2 parts with content.
And the outro.
So it's always the intro, the building, the content, commercial, the building,
the content,
the second content part, and then the final, the finale.
Yes.
Which is inspired by kind of like cheesy films where the credits roll with the characters dancing, singing.
So it's like a same motif from the beginning, but very fast and cheesy and Micha Kaplan is doing the mix of that. So he will send us an idea. Okay. So because we say if so we'll do. So.
And how long every chapter is supposed to be?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
What is the commercial? Something also Annalie. What's the commercial? It's also something that you create.
The commercial break.
Yeah.
It's going to be created by us, yeah. So the first one, I think, will be the hand wash.
What?
It's also the character of Annalie, or it's something different?
I don't think you will be able to see it, because so far what we want to do is just very close-ups.
Okay.
So it's just 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yes, because
in the structure works
we talked about the hamstering, you remember? About the hamstering. So it's
a close-up, so you can't really tell if it's Annalie or if it's Aaron or if it's Levy.
Okay.
So at least this is how I see it right now. You can't really tell who this person is. It's just a close-up of this action related to the virus. So the hand washing, the compulsive shopping, etc., but without attaching it to a specific person.
A cabbage to put a cabbage here.
And we had an idea for the first episode that would be more abstract than the other 3. That was, how would you describe it? The intro of the characters?
So the exposition of the characters, the exposition, I said, the exposition of the characters. So that you see, for example, Annalie, so then you see her with the hat, then you see her holding a baguette, then you see her...
the example of the TV show.
In Krovim Krovim, so in Krovim Krovim in the beginning, there is also like kind of, you see Liora, you see Yoram, you see each of them in different situations.
With different costumes.
With different costumes.
there is the music playing in the background, and it's like Annalie Goldberg, and she does a twist from this side, and then there's a different costume and a different pose. And
so you plan every second meeting to show an episode that you shooted and edited before, and just to show it.
The next meeting, like we will have already a content which is ready for you.
To put on air.
Ready. Huh?
To put it on air. It's already ready to.
Yes.
Okay. So the next video you want to just present the video and that's it, or to talk and present the video? Are you going to be live in a character, or you just want to show what you shooted?
We can send
like
you
next week.
Yeah, next week we can send you the file before.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say if we meet Thursday on 12, we can send you it before.
Uh-huh.
So, and then you can look at it, and you can tell us what you think and input for the next. What is going on.
So in the video we can show it and then maybe discuss it and think about what we're going to do next.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I think because we have an idea and a structure for all of them, but it's gonna evolve throughout time because it's not
sounds good.
Set in stone.
What?
Sounds great.
Thank you. I think it will be great.
Yes, it will be. We did last week, how do you say, an experiment just to see on Twitch TV that we will work, but we worked a little bit different than that. We worked improvised, and it was difficult, and it didn't work. So we understand that for us, we need the structure, and we need
that was a live stream and without an actual script or anything. So
like this,
and it lasted for 1 hour. So it was too much happening in that time.
No, I'm curious.
No, I think now we will do it much because we tried it out that time. So now we know what can be used or not.
Totally.
For this.
Totally.
So yeah, like tomorrow we would be shooting, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Tomorrow we'll
and then throughout the week I will be editing, and on Thursday we could have the first episode ready.
Okay, but we meet on Thursday, and you plan to send it to me maybe at least a day before, like at least Wednesday.
We could send it to you on Wednesday, so you could have a look at it before we meet, and then we can discuss it.
Okay, actually, it's your choice. You can also like just show it in the video, and then whatever you.
No, but I think it's best if you see it before we meet, because then we actually have something to discuss.
Okay.
Aaron, and what?